What is going on, YouTube? PPS here, YouTube play of the daytime for today's Dinger Tuesday slate. You guys know we love these slates here over on the channel, so I'm really excited to get into it today. And obviously, past the prop yesterday went 1-1 again. Just keep splitting these. I ended up with the Mets, who came through, the team that never really comes through for me, getting there. And then obviously a guy who always comes through for me is Spencer Strider. Does not against the Pirates. Corey Seager did do his job over there, though. So heading into today's slate, we got two spots for you. I got another 1.5 unit play, which, guys, I don't do those too much on here. So it'll be a good slate. I really like these spots that we have. And obviously, you know, I got a plus money spot for you. So without further ado, let's do it. First play of today is going to be Max Scherzer, 7 strikeouts to go along with Matt McClain of the Cincinnati Reds to record a hit, and that is at plus 101. Let me pull that up on FanDuel here. And I'm also going to have, I'm looking at I have my two dingers here, so 240 apiece. And we'll talk about my dinger picks here in a little bit. But let's talk about this spot. Obviously, we have Matt McClain, who's been awesome. Four of his last 6 games, he's had multi-hit game. 7 of his last 10, he does have a hit in. Facing off against a lefty today in Braxton Garrett. He's been pretty good this year, but a 366 batting average versus lefties. This dude has been sick. He's been absolutely awesome. He has 5 homers and 71 plate appearances there. WRC plus of almost 190. Only a 20% K rate versus lefties, which is very, very nice, especially against a guy here in Braxton Garrett who's going to want to get swing and miss. So I really like this spot for him. He's got a 162 WRC plus at home, a 261 WRC plus against lefties at home. It's a perfect match, a perfect storm. And it's not like this guy's a slouch against righties either. He's not obviously going to get pulled or anything. He had his first day off yesterday since I think they said like early July. So he's been playing nonstop. Got a day off yesterday. I think that really helps. And yeah, he's got a 261 WRC plus versus lefties at home. That is absurd. And I really like to see him continue this torrid stretch that he is having to start his career. And then Max Scherzer, not much you need to say here. Again, I talk about this all the time. I like guys who, even if they do give up runs, they are still able to get us the strikeouts. He has had not 7 strikeouts in every single game except one over his last 9 starts, and that one being against the Guardians where he threw a 7-inning shutout. So he has been giving up homers. I understand that, but gave up a couple homers, still ended up with 9 Ks against the White Sox. He ended up with 7 against San Diego, 7 against the Dodgers, 7 against a very hard Washington team to strike out, right? At Boston, he ends up with 9, right? I mean, a lot of these are pretty good outings here and against really good teams. You got the A's now in Oakland. I think that power obviously is a little bit negated out there in the Coliseum. Scherzer has still continued to put up swings and misses, right? 25% whiff on the fastball, and then 34 on the curveball, 35 on that slider. This dude has been awesome in the terms of strikeouts. Obviously, beginning of the year, really did fluctuate his numbers because he did suck at the beginning of the year. I remember that first out against the Brewers, he just got lit up. So I expect him to come through today. And McClain is obviously one of my favorite guys to back since he's come up. Plus money spot, can't really get past it. And I'm excited to back this one for sure. So, yep, we're heading on to play number 2. Again, guys, I don't bring it up much, but if you do want to join our VIP group, always make sure, shoot me a DM. I'll try to get you guys all those plays. I know I've had a couple people ask, and that's just the easiest way. So message me on Twitter to get that out to you guys. Let's go on to play number 2. We are going to my boy here, Brady Singer, under 3.5 earned runs allowed. Really, really like this spot. 1.5 unit play here. And let's get on into it. So what I really like about Brady Singer is he is a reverse splits guy, and he's facing the Boston Red Sox. I understand this is a shitty park downgrade for him heading into Boston. He has been much better at home, and I understand that. But I went dumpster diving today, man. I went diving into some old stuff, right? I went to month by month. I really wanted to find out, why is Brady Singer better right now, right? First half of the season, he had a 5.8 ERA, right? 5.8 ERA, 483 slugging, 359 WOBA. Over his last 27 innings, counting the second half of the season, he has a 2.6 ERA, 198 batting average allowed, and that slugging went from 483 to 302. So, just the curiosity in me, right? The curiosity dug in. I'm like, what is going on? Why is this guy better right now? And obviously, we can talk about matchups, right? He's got the Twins, Yankees, and Mets, right? And then Tampa Bay as well. So all those ones count towards this. So Tampa Bay's been struggling, right? The Twins have been struggling. The Twins actually been swinging the bat pretty well. But what has been his adjustment, right? And going into it month by month, his slider has been absolutely wipeout. And over in his last start against the Mets, he did not allow a hit to a left-handed batter at all. He had over 70 pitches against lefties, didn't get a hit on him at all. So when I look at this, when I look at him, even on the year, he has only a 248 batting average to lefties versus 314 to righties. Obviously, over the last month, that has changed in terms of the numbers, but he's got that good sinker. He's got a really good slider, and he's been just getting all of these lefties out, right? And looking even at the slugging percentage, right? Slugging, even when you go back to July, the slugging is 257 on the sinker. You had a 432 on the changeup there, but that changeup's really exclusively a lefty pitch. He's getting those guys out at a great clip, and he's keeping them in the ballpark, right? Brady Singer had an issue early in the year, right? He did have an issue earlier in the year in home runs, right? He gave up 10 home runs in that first half of the season, getting him up to that 483 slugging. He's allowed 2 in the 27 innings since in the second half. So this guy is missing barrels a lot more than he used to, right? And just looking into it again, just going through the overall by month here, when you go into August, right, we're starting to see that slider go up to almost 46%. It's almost 50-50 with that sinker. So obviously that gives you a little bit more stuff going away from that righty. It's probably a little bit easier for righties because that ball's kind of slap it out there. But the guys I'm worried about, right? The guys I'm worried about here: Yoshida, Devers, Casas, Verdugo, right? Duran, right? You're not going to see Ref Snyder. He doesn't face righties. You're not going to see a lot of these dudes. Pablo Reyes ain't going to play, right? A lot of these guys are platoon players. They have a lot of guys that do switch in. And Singer with these reverse splits is a perfect matchup here for Boston. I understand it is Boston. It's a nice park. It's probably going to be hot. But I like what I've been seeing from Singer. If he's missing barrels and keeping these lefties at bay, you're going to probably have 6 lefties in this lineup. And I really, really like Brady Singer tonight, obviously, with me talking about him for this long in a 1.5 unit play. So sorry I went dumpster diving in there. I had to check, right? As a guy who's curious and just kind of likes this stuff about baseball, man, this is that was something that was really intriguing to me. That these last 2 months he's just been missing barrels. He's obviously better location and keeping that ball in the ballpark. So really like that spot for Brady Singer tonight in Boston. I didn't think I'd say that early on this year, but I think he gets the job done, and 4 runs is quite a bit. So I like that spot tonight. Dinger picks. We're going Christian Walker, Kyle Tucker. Let's talk about Kyle Tucker first, facing Grayson Rodriguez. I just like the price here on Tucker. Anytime I can get Tucker over 350 is something I want to jump on. We have seen Grayson Rodriguez take a massive step forward since coming back from the minor leagues there. But when he did have issues, it was versus lefties. He gave up 8 homers in 26 innings against lefties with a 585 slug. I understand he's been much better, hasn't given up a home run in the 22 innings since he's been back up. But I know Kyle Tucker handles the velo. He does very well against the fastball, a great slugging. And you got Yordan in there now. So that puts a lot more pressure on these pitchers to be perfect for 3 at-bats in a row, right? When you got Bregman, then you got Alvarez, then you got Tucker, and Abreu, who's been swinging the bat better, right? This is a very tough lineup to navigate now that they're fully healthy outside of Brantley. And I really like Kyle Tucker to get the job done against a guy who has given up power to lefties. And nobody's bet. I can't be betting a minus or plus 200 in Yordan. So Do really like Tucker. He's been my guy all year. You guys know I hyped him up way too much. Even have him in that AL MVP. I think he's second in AL MVP voting right now, or at least odds outside of obviously the minus 4,000 Ohtani. So I'll take that as a good pick, saying he took second, because I don't think any people had him up there. And then Christian Walker. I'm taking Christian Walker against Julio Urias. Urias has just been bad this year. I like taking him outside of Dodger Stadium as well. But Christian Walker, WRC plus 140 against lefty so far this year with a 571 slugging percentage. He's been awesome. Going into him at home this year is also something that I like to back as well. Home versus lefties, 131 WRC plus, 500 slugging there. Even on the road against lefties, 618 slugging. This dude has been very good against left-handed pitching so far this year. He's sitting right in the middle of this dangerous lineup. Obviously, Corbin Carroll there. And then you have Emmanuel Rivera right behind him, or Lourdes Gurriel, who both hit very well off of lefties. So it's going to be a tough lineup for Urias to navigate tonight. And we've seen him have recent struggles outside of his last outing. And I think Christian Walker finds a way to get it done here and continues to put up some big numbers. Obviously, again, at home so far this year, he has 13 of his 23 home runs in 25 less at-bats. So really like Walker, really like Tucker to go along with Brady Singer under 3.5 earned runs, and Scherzer 7 Ks and Matt McClain to get a hit there, plus 101 on FanDuel. Thank you guys so much, guys. If you guys have any questions, shoot me a DM, hit the comment section below. We appreciate it. And I appreciate all you guys showing support to Pass the Prop, all that stuff. You guys are the best. And again, if you do want all the VIP plays and stuff like that, Instagram, Twitter, either one of those guys, shoot me a message and we'll get you involved. So thank you guys so much. Have a good one. And we will talk tomorrow for Wednesday's MLB.